I was like a majestic gazelle. I ran, I jumped, I leaped just as it got into my hand. Hello everybody and welcome back to my podcast, Esme's Country Life. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how it's been my birthday recently and Joey's 10th birthday as well. So did I throw a birthday party for my horse? Yes, I did. We're also going to be talking about my adventures trying ultimate Frisbee for the first time with my friends and how it was a little bit of a disaster. And also something strange that I found on my hack recently with Casper. But before we start, I just want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of the podcast, Red Post. Red Post is an equestrian and country store based in the UK and they also ship all over the world. Also, did you know that on the Red Post Instagram, they do something called Win It Wednesday? Every Wednesday, they do giveaways, so go and give them a follow on Instagram. But anyway, let's get into today's episode where I don't know what to start off with. I kind of want to start off with the ultimate Frisbee because I did that only last night and I've got some tales to tell you. So anyway, me and a group of friends met up with a friend's group of friends and we went to the local park and we were like, okay, let's have a big game of ultimate Frisbee, which I have never done before. And if you don't know what ultimate Frisbee is, do not worry, I will tell you because I was like, what is this thing? But apparently, basically, it's a little bit like rugby, or I'd say rugby is probably the closest thing to it because it did get a little bit intense at times, can't lie. Some people took it a little bit too seriously, naming no names. But also, so basically you have two teams. One team is trying to get the Frisbee to the other side and put it in the goal. Quite easy, a little bit like football, a little bit like, yeah, just like most sports, like basketball. I don't know, although there wasn't a hoop up in the sky. It was just, we put two jumpers or like somebody's jackets or coats and made a goal that way. You know, the good old days, like in primary school, somebody would always use their jumpers as a goal when the boys were playing football. Anyway, continuing on. So I thought, okay, knowing me, I am the sort of person where I take things a little bit too seriously. I can get a little bit too competitive. So I was like, okay, Esme, don't hurt yourself. You've got a busy weekend away at a horse show working. Do not hurt yourself. So we played boys versus girls, but us girls, we weren't as, I don't know if violent is the right word, but the boys really got onto it. So then we did like mixed teams, mixed it around a little bit. And yes, so I was like, okay, I don't want to get too into it. I'm going to leave there was some scrums. I don't know what happened. There was a lot of people trying to like fight over this Frisbee. There was no ref. There was no rules. It was just like everyone was all in. And then I thought, this is my time to shine. The Frisbee came towards me and I was like, perfect. Nobody is in view. Nobody is going to hurt me. I can just jump up and grab it. Now, I do have quite a leap on me. I used to play netball back in the day. I can leap it up in the air. So I was like a majestic gazelle. I ran, I jumped, I leaped just as it got into my hand. I got taken down by one of the guys, and I honestly, I think the worst part was because I was so high up in the air, I had so far to fall, and all of my friends were like, "Oh my goodness, Ez, are you okay?" Because I kind of landed on my elbow, but because I'm used to falling off horses, I did like a little like army kind of roll and kind of styled it out James Bond style. So at first I thought, oh my goodness, I have because the ground is quite hard at the moment, like the ground has finally dried up. We've had some sunny weather over here in the UK, and yes, I landed on my elbow. And actually, to be fair, I'm just going to say I'm built different and, you know, I'm strong and tough and it didn't hurt me, that kind of thing. But I didn't actually hurt it looked a lot more dramatic than it was. And I think because I did my little roll. But I thought it was going to be one of those times where it doesn't hurt in the moment, but when you wake up in the morning the next day, you're going to be like, ooh, I can feel that. I can feel it in my elbow. Also, it was my right arm as well. And I'm like, I'm doing loads of signings this weekend. So that might not be great if like my elbow is hurting. I was like, it could be worse. I could have hit my funny bone. Now that would have been not good. But I was fine. Carried on playing after that. But I did keep my distance from most people and only caught if it was coming my direction, because I was like, I went in there being like, I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm going to be really good. I'm not going to fight over the Frisbee. And what do? I go and hurt myself. But it's fine. The guy was very nice. He apologised, that kind of thing. And it was just an accident. I think some people took it a little bit too seriously, that's all. But it was really good fun. And it was a nice little activity to do in the evening after works. We've actually, as I said before, we've had some sun. It was a lovely little evening at the park. There was some ladies doing stall ball next to us. So I was like, I really hope that the Frisbee does not accidentally go and hit one of them in the head, or like just fly over in that direction, because that would be very embarrassing. But no, we were very spatially aware. We did not, nobody was harmed by our Frisbee. So that was all good. It did make me think of any people who grew up in the early 2000s. Anybody else played Nintendogs on their Nintendo DS? Because that's what the Frisbee made me think of. I don't know why. It really tickled me. It really made me chuckle seeing everyone like running and grabbing for the Frisbee, because I just felt like I was like, I'm playing Nintendogs. Go and grab the Frisbee. But anyway, no. So there we go. If you're ever bored this summer, get yourself a Frisbee and play some Ultimate Frisbee. Maybe set some guidelines and rules, because I don't want anybody hurting themselves like I almost did. But I feel like that would be a really fun like game to play on the beach or something like that. So actually, to be fair, the beach can be quite windy. So there we go. Talking of the beach, me and my friends, we actually went to the beach the other day for my birthday, which was really nice. It was very like a little spontaneous thing, because I actually had a big birthday party, which I have not had a birthday party in, I don't even know. Like probably last time I had a party where, I've had like a group of friends round in the field camping and things, maybe when I was like a teenager. But before that, like when I'm talking like a proper birthday party, I'm talking like inviting most people that I know. Probably was like back when I was a kid, because I've always been very lucky. My birthday's in June, so the weather is normally always very nice. One thing that I didn't know, I can't remember if I've told you guys this in the podcast before, but apparently when I was younger, I only found this out now, because I just always thought, oh, I'm so lucky, my birthday just always lands on a Saturday. No, my parents would lie to me what day my birthday was when I was a kid, because if it was like a school day, like this was when I was very little, they'd be like, oh no, it's not your birthday, we'll just do it, we'll just celebrate it on the Saturday when she has all her friends round for a party. So that's quite funny. But anyway, no, my birthday was on a Sunday this year, so I had everyone around on the Saturday, and my friend Lucy, oh my goodness, she was such a star. She cooked, she's like really into cooking and baking and that kind of thing, so she cooked all of the food. She did like a massive feast for us. She made everyone brownies as well. She made me my birthday cake, so shout out to Lucy for helping me with all the food and the party and that kind of thing. And then and also some of my friends came early as well to help set up. So thanks to you guys as well. I have already said thank you to everyone, but I just want to say thank you again, because it was really lovely. I managed to get the garden ready in time. And I think it was actually, you know what? If you ever want to get something done in your house, just host a party. It's the worst but best advice I can give you, because as you guys know, I've been wanting to do the garden up for ages. And I thought, you know what? If I have a garden birthday party this year, I will make sure that the garden is looking good for all of my friends coming over. So I had this 2 week of stress where I was trying to like de-jungle-ify the garden, because it was just a bit overgrown, and get all the patio done, get my garden furniture. And I can't lie, the garden is looking good. It is looking so good. And I can't remember if I said this or not, but I was thinking of getting a new patio, could not afford it. £61 from Wix, my local DIY shop, I spent on the patio, and also like a few days of me and my dad's time. But we're going to ignore that bit. But I was so proud. The patio is looking so good. And then I did put lots of balloons up as well. And the issue was I didn't realise that a lot of the balloons popped. So this is my note to you, to not spend like 2 hours blowing up balloons, because they will just all pop. Also, I don't know where my balloons are from. I just ordered them online. And I thinking about it now, don't know how sanitary it is, because I was using my mouth to like blow up the balloons, and it made my mouth and like my nose really itchy. So yeah, if you are going to blow up balloons, maybe use one of those like balloon pump things, because yeah, I don't know if maybe I was like allergic to something in the plastic of the balloons, or if there's just some sort of like weird chemical dust from the factory that they were made in that I've now got all over my face. But anyway, that's a little note to self, don't do that. But they were very pretty. I've got some photos, so it's fine. It was worth it. They were very pretty pastel ones. Also, when I was looking for decorations for my party, I went to my local, like, I can't remember, like Home Bargains or B&M or that kind of thing, because I thought that will be the perfect place for buying cheap party supplies, because I wanted to get some paper plates that can then just go in the recycling after, because I had quite a few people over. I had like maybe just under 30, 25 maybe. So there was, my friend Lucy, again, she made an absolute feast for everybody. And the whole time we were like, is there going to be enough food? But she made enough food anyway. So I was like, that will probably be the easiest thing when it comes to clearing up, because I, number one, do not have that many plates. And number two, all of my plates are like china plates. So I was like, on the patio, I don't want anything getting smashed. So I had a little look around there. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to go with the vibe so perfectly, because I had some baby pink ones, some baby blue ones. And then I looked a little bit closer and I realised that they were for gender reveal parties. And I was like, oh no, I can't have my birthday party looking like some sort of like baby shower gender reveal kind of thing, because do not worry guys, I am not with child. The only children I have are my fluffy four-legged friends and the chickens, although they don't have four legs and they're not fluffy, they have feathers. But anyway, moving on. So I was like, no, that is not the vibe, but I did find some in the end that were pretty cool, pretty swanky. They were like kind of like shiny kind of ones actually. The one thing that I think I was most excited for my birthday was just having a party and having everyone around, because when I got the cottage, I've never done like a housewarming party. I've had like friends over and things for dinner where we've been on like garden furniture, because I didn't have any furniture when I first moved in and all that kind of stuff. And as you guys know, I like moved out for a little bit when all the construction work went on, and then last summer I was just so busy and didn't really get around to having everyone over. So it was kind of like a birthday party, but also like a lot of my friends coming around and saying hi and being like, the cottage is kind of almost finally done, which is wild to say because it's been such a process. I mean, I still do have some bits in there that need painting and stuff, but that's minor details. But yeah, anyway, that was my birthday. I had a great old time, and to be fair, the next day the clear up wasn't that bad, so it was really nice to have my mum and dad over in the morning, and we had some cake and tea together while I opened a few of my presents. And then I just had like a really chilled day actually. I did some scrapbooking. Because everyone was like, oh, did you do anything fun? Like, did you go out? Did you do anything wild? And I'm like, well, I had my party. But apart from that, I just wanted a nice chill day to myself, which sounds so boring and sad. But a lot of the time with my job, I'm here, there and everywhere. And I just quite like a nice little relaxed just had like a nice little introvert kind of day. And just sat out in the garden on my new sun lounges because it was nice and sunny as well, and read my book. Then I took Joey and the Casper for a hack, which was really lovely. And then I had my grandparents and everyone over for a Chinese, so that was really nice. And then in the evening after that, I went to the beach with some friends, so I went and picked them up, and we just sat on the beach and chatted, had a little chin wag. And this is how I got onto from Ultimate Frisbee to my birthday. I'm linking it back together, don't worry guys, that was a bit of a birthday tangent. But when we were on the beach, where we are, we have a pebble beach, which I actually prefer to sandy beaches, because sandy beaches, sand just gets everywhere. Like, when you've been to the beach, you've been to the beach. Like, a week later, like, your car has sand in, your shoes have sand in. But we're on pebble beaches, which I really like. Okay, to be fair, sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable if you're sitting down for a long time because you're sitting on hard pebbles. But you don't get sandy, and it's quite fun, like skimming stones on the sea, and the sea was quite flat that day. So I thought, while we were just like chatting, I was like, I'm going to throw, some stones in the sea. That'll be good fun. I realised that I can throw a stone quite far, but my aim is not good. And I just want to put it out there. After I threw the stone, I did not throw any more stones, because I honestly didn't. I don't know, my throwing is just not good, but I accidentally hit this couple that were doing some fishing on the side, and I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if I had hit them with a stone? So yeah, maybe don't do that. Don't do that if you go to the sea. But yes, so there we go. Had a lovely little time. We watched the sunset. That sounds really romantic, but it was just me and my friends. And we were just like, yeah, had a nice little girly chat, that kind of thing. So yeah, very, very lucky to have such a lovely group of friends. But yeah, talking about birthdays, we need to move on to Joey's birthday, because I threw Joey a whole birthday party. It was actually really funny. I went to, again, like a local like card factory shop kind of place, and I was like, this will be the perfect place to get all of the birthday things for Joey. So I got him a birthday card that's got a horse on, and I got all the horses to sign it, and it all has their different handwriting in, which I thought was really funny. Like, I tried my best. Well, actually, no, I didn't sign it, the horses signed it, and they all have very different handwriting. My favourite is Duke's handwriting, because he's the baby of the group, and it literally looks like a toddler has written Duke, which I found really funny. And then while we were in the shop, they had like birthday sashes and things. So there was this birthday sash and it said birthday boy on, and I was like, I need to get that for Joey. To be fair, it did fit him better than I was expecting. It was a little tight around his neck, but you know what? He worked it. He looked cool. And they also had a birthday badge and it said 10 today. And when I was in the card shop, I said, oh my gosh, because I refer to the horses as my children. So I was like, oh, that's going to look so cute on my baby. So this like, shop person must have been like, goodness grief, how old is this gal? Or what age did she have her child? If her child is 10, and I figured out that if I had a 10-year-old child right now and I didn't adopt them, I would have given birth to them at the age of, 23? No, I'm 23, sorry. Sorry, it's an early morning. I would have given birth to them at 13, which would not have been physically possible for me at that age. But anyway, so yes, I don't know, I do look quite young for my age as I am. I still get ID'd for safety scissors and WH Smiths. But anyway, moving on. So that was quite funny. So yes, there we go. Got Joey all his birthday things. We also went and bought him some carrots as well, which he loved. And I also, after our birthday hack, we had a little birthday party with the horses and I made him a birthday cake. So if you haven't seen that YouTube video yet, go and watch it after this, because it's such a funny one. It was absolute chaos when I'm giving all the horses a bit of the birthday cake, and he loved it. He had a great time. So happy 10th birthday, Joey. I feel like time has flown by so quickly, because I got him as a 5-year-old. I guess, yeah, I've had him like 4 or 5 years now. So that has gone by so quickly. Like, I guess I kind of stopped calling, because I used to always call Joey Baby Joey. And I kind of stopped calling him Baby Joey when we got Duke, because Duke was then the baby, because we got him as a yearling when he was only 1. So Joey is no longer Baby Joey, and he's getting lighter, so they grow up so quickly. Next up, I thought I would talk to you about something interesting that we came across with Casper on our hack the other day. So recently, I'm not allowed to tell you, sorry, I'm being that YouTuber that's like, sorry guys, I've got this really exciting project, but I can't tell you about it. But basically, we were doing a top secret photo shoot the other day at the woods. And we went to our local woods where we have to, it doesn't take us too long in the horse box to get there. And we decided to take Casper for this one. And when we arrived to the kind of normal, kind of little country lane road off-road track, that's it, that's the word that I was looking for. The off-road track was blocked by an ambulance. So we were like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? Where are we going to park? Because we can't really go up to the ambulance and be like, sorry, you can't park there, sir. If you know that meme, you'll get the reference. If not, you'll be like, Esme, what are you going on about? But anyway, because obviously, whatever they were doing, it was far more important than some gal trying to get some cute pics for their horse. So we're like, okay, where are we going to park? And then, because it's kind of like a little track, I had to help my dad reverse the horse box out onto the road, because we didn't want to take anyone out with the happy bus. Well, my dad calls the horse box the happy bus sometimes, because our horse box is quite bright. And then there was a lady behind us with a trailer, so I had to go running on down and being like, oh, there's an ambulance there, you can't park in the normal car park, like it's blocking the way, we're gonna have to park somewhere else. So I just thought I'd let you know, so you don't go up the road and then have to reverse with a trailer and a horse in the back. And then while all this horsey traffic jam had been created, our equine dentist drives past, sees me, sees the ambulance, and she's like, oh my gosh, Ez, are you okay? Like, is that for you? And I was like, no, it's not for me. I was going to say everyone's fine, but I don't know what's happening in that house, but hopefully whatever's happening, that person is fine. So we end up going to the local pub, which is opposite, and parking there. And so that's where I tacked up Casper, that kind of thing. The other lady was tacking up. So anyway, once we were ready to go, we start going down the track and the ambulance is gone. So we're like, oh, perfect. So then went in, parked the horse box there, and all was good in the world. So I hope whoever that ambulance was for, that they're doing all right and that everything is okay. Hopefully, because the ambulance had gone and it wasn't there for too long, it was all good. But yes, so there we go. Took Casper on a lovely little hack. Oh my gosh. He is now my happy hacker. I don't care what people say. Like, Casper and me, we're happy hackers when I'm riding him. Like, he is just the cutest and he just loves it. It's his favourite thing. And I tell you what, going on a hack around that woods, because there's a lot of dog walkers. Little life hack: if you want to get cute pictures of your horse, just go to a local woods where loads of people walk their dogs, because as soon as there's a dog or somebody walking along, Casper's like model pose, blue steel, puts his ears forward and just like looks at whatever's going on. So it's great. And it did make me think when we were riding around, like, how cute it would be if there was like a little doggy running around with us, coming along on our little hack. So I really want a dog. Although actually, not on the same hack, this was actually on a different one when I was riding Joey, but I was wearing the same outfit. Now, with my job, I have to sign quite a lot of non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, which basically is like a legal document that I sign, and it basically says, I promise not to tell anybody about this thing, I promise to, just like legal stuff that I have to keep secret because things maybe aren't released yet or that kind of thing. And we were taking some photos with Joey in this outfit, and this poor girl comes up to me and she recognises me and she's like, oh, can I get a photo, that kind of thing. And that is like one of the very few times that I've had to say no to somebody, and I felt so awful because normally, like, every single time I'm like, yeah, of course, you're welcome, like, yeah, come and get a photo, that kind of thing, because you guys are the reason that I'm able to do this as my job, and without you guys, like, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be doing this, so I am forever ever grateful. But I felt so awful. I was like, if you ever see me again, you're more than welcome to, but I have signed a legal document to say that I'm, I can't, like, just in case, like, you post the outfit that I'm wearing, which sounds so dramatic. It sounds like, I'm being some, like, influencer gal that's like, oh my gosh, no, you can't take a picture of me with this outfit on, like, that kind of thing. Like, that is not me at all, but I felt so awful. So if that is you, I really do apologise. And again, if you ever see me and I'm wearing not that outfit yet, you are very welcome to come and get photos. So there we go. But we had a little chat. She came and said hello to Joey, so that was fun. But yeah, so there we go. That is what I've been up to recently. I thought I would finish off today's episode with a little bit of a donkey update, because a lot of you have been asking me ever since I posted one of my more recent YouTube videos talking about how this year we have very, very sadly lost Bruno and Willow. So I haven't really talked about it much in the podcast, just because it's not a very nice thing to talk about because they're no longer with us and it's very sad, and I don't want to... The podcast is a happy, upbeat, me telling you my most embarrassing stories kind of place. It's not like a sad place. So if you want to find out more information about that, then go and watch that YouTube video, because I explain everything and talk all about that, because I don't want to cry on the podcast. This is a happy place. I mean, my YouTube channel is a happy place as well, but I just felt like I needed to talk about it because I want to keep you guys in the loop and keep you updated and everything. But anyway, Toby, thought I would update you on him because he is the last man standing. He's still going very strong. Like, he's been checked up by the vets a lot lately because I think like Mickey's eye saga, that is like a whole thing that at the moment we're still not really sure what is happening with that. I need to make some big decisions about what we do with that, because there are lots of different options, and it's one of those things that are really tricky. You just wish you could have a crystal ball and that someone could tell you, like, this is the best decision for your horse, but all of the vets are like, well, you could do this, or you could do this, or you could do that, or... So it's tricky. But anyway, sorry, back to Toby. So yeah, we've had the vets around a lot this year, that is safe to say. And yeah, so they've like given Toby a little checkup. He had some vaccinations the other day, and they're really happy with how he's looking. He's got a good amount of weight on. He's looking really healthy. So Toby at the moment, he is like our little free range donkey, which he has been loving because he just kind of like potters around the farm, can go where he likes. So sometimes he goes down to my grandparents and he goes and sees them while they're out in the garden gardening, and they like to give him lots of treats as well. So he's like their little pet. And then he also sometimes likes to go for a little wander and watch me ride while I'm in the arena. And he also like quite likes to go over to the horses, and he likes how the horses are in separate paddocks, because he's just like, he's like, I like you and I like to spend time with you, but I also like to have my own little personal space. So every now and again he'll wander over to them. And to be fair, we were thinking of having like a little old man kind of corner area with Mickey and Toby, because Mickey and Toby back in the day, actually Mickey, the donkeys, and Casper, they were all together on one big paddock back in the day. But then when we introduced Joey, we were like, okay, we're going to separate the donkeys and the horses, because Joey is a big sports horse who likes to run around, and the donkeys, like, as they were getting older, they were like, the donkeys probably don't want to run around as much as Joey likes to, because again, we got him as a 5-year-old who just was a little bit wild. But anyway, so yeah, Toby quite likes it, because he goes up, he goes and stares at them, he goes and says hello, and then when he's had enough, he goes back to his little field shelter, his little home, because at first we were like, do we put him in with the horses? Do we put him next to the horses? And we were like, we don't really want to do too much of a big change, because he has had a year. The poor guy, he's lost both of his best friends. Like, I cannot imagine, but he quite likes still going to bed. He takes himself to bed every night. He goes to his little field shelter, and then during the day he comes out, says hello to everybody. When he's had enough, he's like, see you later, I'm going to my big grassy field. You guys are all in your little diet paddocks. And Toby's just like living his best life. Goes and eats the hedge, he goes and eats everything. So and because he's, a little bit older, he just kind of wanders around, and it's chill. The other day, it was actually so cute. This is actually quite a while ago now. It was when we still had Willow, actually. I took Joey for a hack, and as I was trotting up the road, it's next to where the donkey's field was, and Toby just like was going for it. He cantered up this hill next to me and Joey trotting, because obviously Joey's got a bit of a faster trot than little old donkey legs behind us. But yeah, Toby was like cantering around the field, bucking along with us, and I was like, Joey, don't get any ideas, because I am on top of you and we are on a public road now. But no, he's full of life, full of beans, so he's still got it in him. Tell you what I do need to do at some stage though, give him a bath, which I don't know if you don't really bath donkeys that often, because they're field kept donkeys. You kind of want to keep all the natural oils in their coat, but Toby goes through like a little bit of a scurfy phase, especially in the spring when he starts to lose all of his winter coat and get his summer coat through. So the donkeys always look a little I say the donkeys, we've only got one now. Toby looks a little bit kind of scruffy and scraggly this time of year, but so I'm gonna have to do maybe like a little donkey bathing video. To be fair, I have bathed him before and he was very good, but he's not quite a hose pipe donkey. That's a little bit too much, but a nice little warm sponge he does quite enjoy. So maybe I'll have to do that in a vlog sometime. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll do that today and vlog it. So there we go. But I thought, you know what, especially like because he's had a full-on MOT the other day, because we wanted to give him some time to process everything, because it was kind of all due when everything happened, and we were like, okay, Toby, you do you just vibe, you do what you like, you go where you want. But he's now had his full MOT, he's been checked by the vet, he's had his vaccinations, he also had his hooves done the other day. We had like the farrier marathon the other day, when normally my horses, we normally do like Mickey and Duke together on one day, and then another day, like, or maybe like a few weeks later, like Casper and Joey we have kind of done at the same time. But oh my gosh, the other day, our poor farrier, he was here, like, it felt like all afternoon, because he did a new set of shoes for Joey, a new set of shoes for Casper, and then Mickey needed his hooves trimmed, Duke needed his hooves trimmed, and Toby needed his hooves trimmed. And then we also had the vet out as well to check Mickey's eye, give him a blood test, and also with Toby having his vaccinations. So we had like a full-on like animal service like MOT day the other day, and they're all doing well, so that is good. So anyway, I'm going to finish off today's podcast episode there on a good note, on all the animals are doing good, they're all happy and healthy, so that's the main thing. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, hearing about my ultimate Frisbee disaster and me and Joey's birthday and all the other things, my hacks with Casper. So anyway, if you enjoyed it, watch another one. Sorry, that was a really awkward ending. I was about to do my YouTube outro where I was like, if you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe, like that kind of thing. But what is there to do? I feel like I'm a really bad podcast host or podcast person. rate me 5 stars. I don't know how it works depending on what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, give me a like and subscribe, because I do have a whole podcast channel actually. So if you're not subscribed to that, go and do it, please. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks to Red Post for sponsoring. Bye. That was such a weird outro. Anyway. Oh, and that's not going in. Did you just record that? Lo 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 lo.